Everyone loves talking about how affordable Nashville is, but let's be honest, that is not the truth in today's market. In 2026, the cost of living has changed dramatically since 2020, and most people don't know what to expect before moving here. So today I'm breaking down the actual cost of what it's like to live here and telling you the truth that no one else is telling you. Before we get into the numbers, what's the one expense that you're most curious about? Is it housing, groceries, taxes? Let me know in the comments. The cost factor that we're starting out with today is housing, and that is the biggest shock to people. The average rent for one-bedroom apartments in Nashville ranges anywhere between $1,700 a month to $2,200 a month. And the average rent for two-bedroom apartments is $2,200 a month, all the way up to $2,800 a month. These costs have rose dramatically, especially these past few years, and now our multifamily market is cooling down, and a lot of big apartment complexes are offering 3 months free of rent. Nashville's trying to fill up a lot of vacancy and make up for a lot of the building that has gone up, a lot of the construction costs, and really trying to fill those units aggressively. Along with that, there's also a ton of new construction with multifamily buildings going up in Nashville as we speak. For example, Albion is building a new building in Midtown. For home buying in Nashville, prices are continuing to rise. Last year in 2025, the median home prices has increased 3%. That's a strong indication that our market is stabilizing, where previous years, home prices and median home prices has risen dramatically. We're talking about 10s, even to the 100% range. Popular and established areas in Nashville that come in a premium are the neighborhoods like 12 South, East Nashville, and even Green Hills. Something that's interesting and people don't understand about Nashville is that Nashville has its own micro neighborhood. So each neighborhood within Davidson County is drastically different from each other, including the real estate market there. Median home prices, inventory looks completely different when you compare those micro submarkets to each other. New construction all across the city is expanding rapidly and is not getting any cheaper. Ever since the pandemic, construction costs and prices has increased dramatically. Therefore, the median home prices for new construction has also taken place with that. Here's the true reality. Nashville isn't a bargain and a steal like it was 5 to 10 years ago when people were relocating to the city, but it is definitely a bargain compared to New York City, Miami, and even Los Angeles. The value and incentive to buying a home here in Nashville compared to those other major metropolitan cities are very different. Another big cost factor when it comes to Nashville is transportation expenses. Nashville is a heavily car-driven city. There is little to none public transportation, and that is definitely lacking for our city. We have public transportation options like WeGo, but we don't have streetcar and railway systems like San Francisco, for instance. That has been a major pain point to people living in the urban core downtown of Nashville, is the lack of public transportation. We recently had a bill in 2025 that was passed to incentivize public transportation and hopefully jumpstart that. Gas, maintenance, and insurance adds up very quickly here. Insurance costs for vehicles tends to run a little higher here just because we're known for not having our best drivers located in our city. Daily commute routes has definitely gotten a lot worse. It takes a lot longer to get from Nashville to Franklin. Sometimes it takes 45 minutes to an hour to do so, where it was half that in previous years. Other cities outside of Nashville have definitely been growing and booming, like Murfreesboro and Mount Juliet, so those commute times to Nashville has gotten a lot worse as well. By the way, if you do not know who I am, my name is Sam Gray. I'm a real estate agent here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I help people relocate, invest, and help find the neighborhood that best fits their lifestyle. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you do not miss a new video. And if you're watching on your TV, make sure to scan the QR code on the screen so you can connect with me directly. Let's keep going. Another cost factor that most people do not expect is food and groceries. Grocery prices are constantly climbing, especially with our massive amount of supply and people relocating to Nashville. Nashville is known for having some of the best local restaurants all across the city, but a lot of these restaurants are getting pricey. My go-to coffee order is just a straight drip coffee, no cream, no sugar. Sounds really boring, but that's what I usually get. but every time I'm out at coffee shops, I'm spending $4+ just on a regular drip coffee, which I think that's ridiculous. Trendy neighborhoods and restaurants within those are definitely getting pricey as well, just with the amount of people that want to try the new restaurants, go out and do the new entertainment options. And neighborhoods like that are 12 South and Wedgwood, Houston. The true reality is that Nashville has one of the best and most incredible food scenes, but your wallet is definitely gonna feel that pain. Another cost factor we're gonna jump into is taxes and insurance. Tennessee as a whole is a very financial friendly state. We have no state income tax, which is amazing, and that's why so many people like to move and call Tennessee their next home. Although with that, taxes can be a little higher compared to other states in many different areas. For example, we usually have lower property taxes compared to most states, but Davidson County is definitely a lot more expensive than Williamson County. Also, property taxes depend upon the county. It looks a lot different in Davidson County, all the way compared to in the middle of nowhere in East Tennessee. Home insurance continues to grow and rise just with the supply and the amount of people that do move here, and also with our severe weather patterns that we have. The reality is that you save in some areas massively, but you also pay in other areas. Hearing all this, do you think Nashville is still affordable, or do you think it's more expensive than you thought? Let me know in the comments below. One of the biggest cost factors that people miss the most is lifestyle and entertainment. Lifestyle spending is huge here, especially in the urban core of Nashville. There are so many different things to do here, between eating at your newest favorite restaurant, to going to Preds games, to going to Titans games, or going to a hole-in-the-wall underground music venue. There's also a ton of weekend and outdoor activities. Coffee culture is huge here in Nashville, so a lot of people like to take coffee meetings, meet up for coffee, and that definitely catches up. On Broadway, there's a ton of outdoor and rooftop patios. I mean, Broadway brings in so much revenue all the time from tourists and from locals, unfortunately. The parking fees and costs have definitely gotten out of hand. I mean, you have to pay to park to go somewhere either downtown or in these neighborhoods, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. In some areas, it costs more than $20 to park. HOA fees in condominium buildings have been absolutely outrageous. I'm seeing a lot of HOA fees range between 69 cents all the way up to 73 cents. In some condo buildings, like the Four Seasons, are $1+ per square foot. Some people are turned off by the idea of purchasing or living in a condo just because of the HOA fees. Higher utility bills often occur, especially during the humid summer months and the freezing cold winter months as well. There's a drastic difference in temperature. That way you have to heat and cool your home drastically during those months. The reality is that Nashville isn't overpriced, but lifestyle spending and inflation definitely is. Because there's so many different fun things to do within our city, that adds up very quickly if you're doing all these entertainment options and eating out regularly on a weekly basis. For more videos about Nashville's neighborhoods, cost of living, new construction, make sure to check out one of these videos around me on the screen. Thanks for watching. I'm Sam Gray, and I will see you in the next one.